What's up, guys? Hey, this is Christian Brindle with Six Figure Medicare Agent. Hope this video finds you doing well. And we're back with another video. Today, guys, we're going to talk about 5 Medicare Advantage companies that you probably want to have in your portfolio depending on where you might be located. And some of them might be kind of obvious, but maybe some of them might not be. So we'll just kind of see where this kind of takes us. But before we jump into this topic today, my friends, we got to talk about my favorite telemarketing lead company, and that's, of course, Lead Heroes. Guys, Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketing leads, whether it be final expense leads, Medicare supplement leads, turning 65 leads. They just got something really for everybody. Just because you watch this video, though, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website, whether you're paying per lead or whether you're paying by the hour for their custom calling telemarketing service. They just got really something for every single person that might be watching this video. A link to their website can be found down in the description of this video, along with a coupon code to use at checkout to get your 10% off. So go ahead and check them out. All right, guys, let's talk about Medicare Advantage companies. So there's a lot of Medicare Advantage companies, right? That's the main thing that we should take away from this video. There's a lot of carriers, a lot of Medicare Advantage companies. And the main thing that's important to know with Medicare Advantage companies is there's a very, very easy and tempting thought that you should just run out and get every single company you can. Get 100 companies and do 100 certifications every single year. And you know what I call that? Stupid. Dumb. Inefficient. Why? Because probably the 5 companies that I'm going to mention here eat up about 80 to 90% of the Medicare Advantage business coast to coast. So if you literally had these companies, especially if you're selling in multiple states, they're probably going to be the best anyway. Local tiny companies are not always going to be the most competitive. Now, in some markets they are. Some markets they do all right. It just depends on where you are. Now, in my opinion, if you live in a certain market, if you live in a local market, let's say, you should probably pick up the local companies to you. It makes sense because you're selling locally. But if you're selling Medicare Advantage in multiple states all over around the country, there's no way you can pick up every little tiny company. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. And if you can, you'll never sell anything because you're going to be busy contracting, certifying, doing nothing but that year after year after year to keep up with all of your certifications. It's just not wise. We're very selective about when we pick up a Medicare Advantage company because it adds more work to us. We have a lot as is, right? We have a lot because we are essentially an up-and-coming FMO, really. That's essentially what we are. You know, we're a company that works with agents all over the country, so we pick up some companies that maybe an individual agent wouldn't. But if you're just selling in your specific area, and then maybe there's 10 companies, you might want to get all 10 just so that way you can cover your area well. But if you're selling in 10 states, 15 states, 20 states, get the ones that are going to be the most important to you, and you got to be a little bit selective. And these, in my opinion, are the top 5 in the country right now. So let's just jump right into this list here. Number 1, and this is no surprise. I'm going to give you actually my order in terms of importance. Now, another thing to keep in mind is Medicare Advantage companies are not the same in terms of their competitiveness in all states. They're just not, right? So the company I'm about to mention, they might be super competitive in one state and not super competitive in another, and they're not very good. So take that with a grain of salt. It's going to depend on where you're located. But I would say number 1 is UnitedHealthcare. UnitedHealthcare is essentially the big dog, right? They have the most Medicare Advantage enrollments. Their contract comes with the Medicare supplement contract, comes with the PDP contract. They're the number 1 Medicare supplement company in the country in terms of enrollments and market share. Not much that needs to be said here. They're a powerhouse, and if you're selling in multiple states, you're going to need them because they're very good in a lot of places, right? So number 1, UnitedHealthcare. Number 2, Humana. Lean, mean, green machine. I struggled with that one for a second. Humana is another monster company. They're very, very large. Their contract, just like United's, comes with Medicare Advantage, Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare supplements, and then also a little bit of dental products as well. But in terms of Medicare Advantage, in a lot of markets, they are very, very competitive. I'm not even going to mention which markets they're really good in on camera here on this video because I just don't want it to seem like I'm favoring anybody in terms of companies. But if you'd like to know that privately, that's always a conversation to be had in the Facebook group, Six Figure Medicare Agent. But Humana is very, very competitive in a lot of places. Their prescription drug plans are actually pretty good. Their mail order pharmacy is pretty good. Their formulary in a lot of markets is pretty good. And they do very well in a lot of very big and important markets. So they're usually one that you need to have. Number 3 would be Aetna. Aetna is a company that also, I found that in certain markets, they are very competitive and they really, really do well. They're a company that you're going to need to have in your portfolio. Years ago, Altius used to be a thing, Coventry used to be a thing. Aetna kind of came and swallowed them up and kind of purchased those companies and acquired them. Now Aetna has been purchased by CVS. So also with that contract, you also get the SilverScript Part D prescription drug plan, because SilverScript was previously owned by CVS. Now CVS owns Aetna as well, so now they're all kind of part of the same family and they're part of the same contract. The Medicare supplement contract is separate with Aetna, so you don't get it with the Medicare Advantage company because they're looked at as 2 separate companies, Aetna Senior Supplemental and the Aetna Medicare Advantage company. So unlike United and Humana, you don't get all the products in one contract. You have to get 2 contracts if you want to get the Medicare supplement and the ancillary products as well. But the Medicare Advantage product is one that you're probably going to want to have in your portfolio in terms of Aetna. So number 4, I would say it would be Anthem, Amerigroup. They go by a different name in all these different states. They're a little strange. I would say in terms of Anthem and Amerigroup, they are a company that there's a lot of different Blue Cross Blue Shield companies. There's over 30 in the country. Now, Amerigroup and Anthem is going to essentially have a different contract in every single state. So when you do contracting, you have to select each state you want, and then it takes you to a page in the contracting where you fill out literally a new contract for each state. So they're a little overcomplicated, really, but they can be competitive. You get the Medicare supplement products included with one state, and it's good to have that blue presence in your portfolio, and Anthem is certainly the largest Blue Cross Blue Shield company without a doubt. And they are very competitive in a lot of places, so they're probably a good one to have. I'd say number 5 would be Cigna HealthSpring, because they're starting to expand. They're starting to break into a lot of different markets, and they're looking pretty good in certain areas. They're not great everywhere. They're probably the least competitive in certain markets on this list, but they're expanding and growing and getting better all the time. And so I would put them at number 5 just because of that, just because of their sheer growth and kind of the impact they've made the last couple of years. I would say honorable mention would be WellCare/Centene. I'd put them on the outside looking in, mainly due to the fact that I think they are competitive in some markets. I think there's just a lot of markets they're maybe not so competitive in. And their customer service is just so abysmal. And I don't mean to pick on them, but yeah, I mean, I would say, we've just had some struggles with them, but I'd say they're probably right on the outside looking in. They could have been put in this list. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my list? Do you think I left somebody out? Did I snub somebody? Drop the names down in the comment section if you think I did. And drop a like in this video if you found it helpful and interesting. It might help help more agents like you find it easier with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when we upload. And until next time, guys, here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, guys.